Hey guys, welcome to another video on Bharat in Germany. My name is Bharat and today I'm chilling out on my boat and taking up the questions that you posted on my Instagram stories. So that's why it's important to follow me on Instagram so that when times like these come, I can take up your question and actually talk about it. So here, Harshil Mange asks how you and Alina kept your spirits high working so hard since last 1 year. And I think this is a very nice question. The struggle kind of started from the very starting, right? So like the moment we met each other, we were like, okay, like, we want to like get to know each other. Then it was like, how do we do that? My idea was, let me find an internship. In Berlin, I found an internship and stuff. Then afterwards, I came to meet Alina. Then afterwards, I was like, okay, now we have to figure out a way to meet again. I think for Alina, for us to like start living together and stuff, it was very difficult because Alina had to like find an apartment and stuff. And like finding an apartment when you don't have like high salary in Germany, that is difficult, especially when you're a student. No, I think Alina's salary was what, 500 euros? Yeah, 500 euros per month. So of course you cannot find any kind of like good apartments. Of course, if you want to like live alone, you can live in a WG and stuff, but otherwise it's difficult.
And my mindset was completely different at that time. I was like, no, I'm not taking money from anybody. First of all, my family doesn't have any money to support me financially. And second of all, like also my mindset is different. I think once you are 18, you have to take care of yourself, and even if you struggle, these times are so important, like for you to figure things out by yourself.
Yeah. I think Alina also like taught me at that time like not to take money from my parents. My first idea was like whenever, as soon as there was a money problem, I was like, okay, like my parents have a lot of money, like they can give me, because that's the mindset you get inside very quickly in India. You live in hostels. What do you do whenever you need something? You just call your father and like you ask for more money. And it happens to most of you. Like, don't say that you did not do it. Most of the people I know, they did that. So, but you have to change these things in order to get somewhere. So we started living together and I started my master's, started my part-time job. So when I started my business and like I started my YouTube channel, I was doing my part-time job, I was doing my master's, and I was doing YouTube. I was doing these three things on the side.
But that is not everything to the story. We were also like struggling to live together because the cultural difference was so different, and then also there was a lot of fighting. It was so difficult to adjust to each other. So we also were dealing with private problems basically. And I think things got only really better like in the private parts, like when I started working for the Indian consulate and I started understanding the Indian culture. And then I think like at least the private part got easier. And then of course Bharat started his business, and then like there was a lot of struggle and fighting to come to where we are
I think
now.
like so in 2017 also, like, so January I started my YouTube, October 2017 I started my business. And in the starting it was like, why are you wasting time doing YouTube? So for me, I was like, okay, now I have my YouTube, I also have my business, I have my part-time job, I have my masters. I think short way for most people to like fail in like making their business grow is saying, I'm going to quit everything else and I'm going to just focus on my business. That's it. You have to first build a cash cushion, right? You have to work on the side. You have to work, you have to do the things that you absolutely hate in order to feed the plant which you actually would love to do. Like this is how the business thing works for most people, especially the people who don't like have millions of euros or thousands of euros to start with. I didn't, my family didn't, and this is how we like finance ourselves with the business and stuff.
And what we were doing was like I was working full time, so that was like covering our expenses, and whatever Bharat was making from his part-time job and from his like whatever he was earning at that, it was not much from YouTube. We were all saving it to the side for like just
from YouTube. I think the first pay I got was 80 euros, and that was like I started in January. The first one I got was in August 2017. Imagine, just like 7 months later you get paid for the views and stuff like that. And so like this is how it started. And I was also like, if I really want to like provide a good quality let's say service for these kind of things, then I need to figure out a way to make this sustainable. How do you make it sustainable? When you start charging people for things. And as soon as you start charging people for things, there are one side of like people who are like, yeah, what are you doing again, like capitalism, blah blah, why do you want to charge, you want to rip people off, all of this nonsense. And there's the other side who actually recognize the value of the stuff that you're providing, and they pay you, and they're like, happy with that. And this kind of mindset, like, it doesn't change. I know, like, for many Indians, like, they understand that, yeah, they have to invest in their education and stuff, but they also like fail to understand where to invest. That's why they fall into these traps and stuff. So many people at that time started realizing that, okay, this guy is providing a lot of value, we can go with him. And slowly and slowly business started picking up. Then I launched my online course, again, complete course of finding this studying in Germany. And I think we have a clip I'm going to put inside this video where we launched the course, and I think the sales were like, I think, very like mini, very, very less. 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Holy. Alright, now it's time to put the course up and let's see the magic. Alright, now we'll reload the page, and the page is ready to, like, the course is ready to enroll now. You can read all of this here, whatever the course is about. You can check out the curriculum.
So
and
excited.
Yeah, 49 euros was the enrollment fee at that time, and like the course had very less things. Now, of course, things got better, but the thing is, like, there hasn't been a month where we did not work on improving ourselves, on improving the business, on doing something better. If you're like, waking up at like, 7 or something, starting to work, we try to always push to wake up a bit earlier, to work a bit later, and like only then you get to a stage like this. Now I'm like gladly can say that we are at a pretty comfortable place right now. Like, we don't have to worry about a lot of things, and we can think about long term, let's say, expansion. We can hire more people, we can expand in different kind of scenarios, and we can do things with a quality that like nobody else can provide. So, but it takes time to get there. Like, but I think the short way to failing at, like, doing anything you want is just thinking that I'm going to cut off everything. I'm not going to worry about what I need to do to survive right now, but I'm just going to worry about what I would love to do. I think this is very stupid. You have to focus on both things. If you want to come abroad to study, and if you don't have funds, if your family doesn't have funds, what do? You actually spend time working, and then afterwards you make a saving. You put your savings aside, and then you come.
It's not just working, you should also always improve your skills, because okay, part-time job can pay you a limited amount of money, but for example, becoming a freelancer, taking up websites,
oh, that's very important,
taking up different things, you can earn so much
I know.
more money.
In our team, so we have 2 part-time students. They're doing their bachelor's in India. I mean, think about it now. And I personally think this idea of like being able to sustain yourself during your bachelor, that is so important. That is never taught in our Indian education system. Our family doesn't support it. Like, sometimes the relatives or somebody, like, they see, he's doing some part-time job and stuff, already start looking down upon this. Like, this is the biggest
stupid
nonsense. So figure out ways to sustain yourself.
I started working when I was 16, and it was so important to like develop my personality. I was such a shy person, and when I started working, when I started dealing with people, I got so much more confident. I could understand so many different things, how people think, and like, which helped me so much. And I think if I wouldn't have started working with 16, I definitely wouldn't have learned.
Yeah. So I personally think like that is like massively important for us. Like,
also, the moment you get your first paycheck, like, the world changes. Really, it's like my
can
money,
afford.
and then you want to get more and more money.
Yeah.
And that's very important. That is very motivating.
So like just to like give you some kind of idea, like we started with like what, 100 euros per month, 200 euros per month, something like that. That's the sales. And now we have like easily crossed like 70,000-80,000 euros a month. But like all of that happens like with stage, like you have to put a lot of hard work
But
inside.
that is also not every single
Yeah, yeah,
month.
and
That's
not
the
just
thing.
that, like we also, so business anyways, like, business doesn't give you any security. The only thing you can do is you can hope to provide the best value possible, and then you can hope that the customers come and buy. Of course, the marketing and stuff has to be on point. But like right now, we don't take a lot of money out. Like this boat was the only thing I actually like rewarded myself with in the entire time, like since like we started doing the business. Like the house and stuff, that was a business. Like we had to buy it so that we could start doing Airbnb because our plans were different at that time. But this is the only thing which I kind of like bought for myself, which I was like, okay, I've put a lot of hard work inside, and now I'm going to like enjoy a bit.
Treat myself.
Yeah, yeah, and like otherwise we don't take any money out from our business. Like all of the money that we have, it gets invested in places that people don't even like recognize. Sometimes when we are sending you emails and stuff, like for that we are also like paying almost like 500 euros a month. So like just think about it. Like for many people it feels like okay, like free emails and stuff, but it's not free. And like for us it is important that we are able to like connect with you and be able to like kind of send the message across that we really want you guys to also like propagate that. You don't have to like die in the country you were born in. You can just move around, you can do whatever you want. This is very important.
I think many people just don't understand like how business works, or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't educate themselves enough. Like they would, for example, start earning more money and then they would start spending
Oh,
also.
stupidity.
And then,
Absolute stupidity.
but what we really believe in is like it's not the time to spend on luxuries or
Mm-mm.
to like treat ourselves all the time. Whatever we earn, we invest back, so we have some security when we are older.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's very important. I think like Alina and I, we can sit down together and we can make like such solid like business lessons for you guys that like you wouldn't find anywhere else. But I think we will save it for some other time. But it's very important. I think like the most of the people, the mindset that they have. So think about it. Like doing your business is not like something like opening a company and like putting the furniture inside and having computers and having employees work. No, this is nonsense. Think about starting a business as something, as doing the thing that you love, but you're able to do it full time and you're able to make good money out of it. That's it.
Yeah.
And you do it on your own terms. That's very important. So like this kind of freedom that it gives you in order to do exactly what you love, that is what makes it so different, and that's what drives us. That's what absolutely drives us. Knowing that even though we can wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, but we choose ourselves to wake up at 6 or 5 in the morning and work on the business, that's the absolute satisfaction.
But I think, like for example, for me, like I saw my mother and like how she was having 3 jobs, and then I just thought to myself, okay, I don't want to have a life like that. I don't want to just work for somebody else. He's earning the money and I'm just getting like the tiny bit of salary, and then like
Yeah, yeah.
I my mindset was very different, like from the starting. I think from when I was 15, like I did things differently than my friends. My friends used to go out, spend monies on shopping,
Oh yes.
cafes and stuff, and I used to work. And for me,
Tell me about this, Alina. Remember the time when the university this freshers party was happening and I didn't go because we didn't have enough money. Like these are the kind of like things we
no,
had to
but
like go through.
even if I like, that's not the point if I have money or not. I had money. I was earning good like I was earning 2,000 euros a month. I had money. I didn't have any expenses, but I knew exactly this is the time for me to save money. This is the time where I have freedom. I'm not married. I don't have any responsibilities. I can save the money right now. And that was so important. That also helped us a lot when we started living together. Like I
Yeah.
could buy a car, for example. I had night shifts. Going with public transport was so uncomfortable, and if I wouldn't have had any savings, then I couldn't have bought a car and made my life easier at that time. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's all about mindset in my opinion.
100%. I think like that's it. I think for me, what I said was like just being able to do things and on your own terms. Like once you reach a stage, like it's not like you can just chill. Like you have to like also put some effort inside to like maintain that level. Like going till that level takes a lot more effort. Like maintaining takes a bit less effort, but it's very important to maintain yourself. So like it will never be like you're just completely chilling out. But for us, what we have achieved is is very important, and like that's what drives us to work harder. Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect. So one more thing, if you haven't yet put the BIG study in Germany frame on your profiles, do that. We are prioritizing now responding to the people who have the frames on their profile pictures. So also on Instagram, on Facebook, it will have a small logo BIG and study in Germany. I will put the link for the frame in the description. So definitely use it, and that will make me super happy. See you in the next one.